Yeah, Kelsey, I know we asked you this a lot throughout the season, but now that it's over, you had the playoff experience. What did this all mean to you to have this season finally crescendo the way it did and have accolades come your way, both on a team and personal level?
Oh man, I was grateful. I didn't know how I was gonna get through this year, and so I first thank God because I was just telling Mr. Ed like I went through a lot internally. A lot of what I went through, I relied on my dad for, and not having that voice, not having that like sense of like connection, physically, indoor, psychologically, mentally, etc. That was tough, and so I had a village of like other 11 ladies that willed me in a lot of places I didn't think I was capable of going. But it was definitely a paramount year for me on so many different levels. So I was grateful for the year.
Go James and Chloe.
Erica, Grace just talked about, people supporting her throughout everything. I feel like you're the biggest supporter of anybody wearing Fever stuff. Where does the energy come from you personally? And then, why is it so important for you to put that out there for everybody who touches, Fever things?
One, I'm probably the most experienced player on this league, and I think the ones that came before me that taught me the way would be disappointed if I didn't. So one, I'm always trying to make the people that helped me along the way proud. And one, my energy just comes from my mom. My mom is an energy person. My family. If you go to a family cookout,
Yes, the whole family.
it's a burst of energy. Nobody is really calm. Probably the baby only if they sleep. But other than that, it's turned up. But the energy comes from that, and then me just trying to help where I can help. Like I said, I've been in this league for a very long time. 10 years sound crazy, and I've been through so many things. So I notice like when players are down and when they need certain things, and I just try to give it in any way I can.
We go Chloe, then Christine.
Yeah, Kelsey, Christy earlier talked about how important you've been, just especially this year. And, with your contract expiring after this season, would you be interested in re-signing or coming back to the organization?
It's definitely a lot of emotions and thoughts that flow through my mind. I think that everything for me is so fresh that I don't know what I need and what I'm going to do, but I know that when the time comes and the opportunity is right for me to make those decisions, obviously I've always had a home in Indy, so it could potentially be a home for me again. But I think right now the switching dynamic of my family and everything, I got to do what's best for me. And that's no hanging my hat on one team or another, but I think it's specifically for me. I got to be selfish about that process. And when when I know, you'll know. So we'll see.
Christine, then we'll go to Dana.
For both of you, you both are veterans and have had amazing careers. You've also had the opportunity to be mentors, especially with this very young team, right? And with AB and now, of course, Caitlin. Is there a moment, or can you just speak generally or specifically about that role, watching them work together with you guys, of course, but anything comes to mind of how you helped Caitlin or AB or both of them, so, of course, also helping your entire team. Thanks.
EW, you want that one?
I can take it. I think you guys know from before this even started, I was helping Caitlin. And I think from a perspective of a veteran, knowing that when you play the same position as a veteran and you're a rookie, I think the transition is always hard. And for me, I don't like weirdness. I don't like awkwardness. I'm very honest. I'm very direct. And I didn't want anything to be weird or awkward that she couldn't come to me. And knowing that, I knew that it's a possibility my spot would be taken. I didn't want her to feel like it was heavy on her. So that's why I reached out early on. And like you asked about A, B, and C, I think you guys saw it. I mean, it was some days where it was very freaking awesome, and there was some days where we struggled, but that's just the name of the game. That happens. And they're young. AB's only 2 years in the league. Caitlin's months in the league. It's not even a year yet. She's only months in the league. So I think with time, it only is going to get better. And as you saw, with time after the break, it got better. So the future is very bright for those two.
We'll go Dana, then we'll go Scott on the left.
I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on Alyssa Thomas's comments and if you've seen any of that firsthand.
No, what was the comments?
Oh, Alyssa Thomas came out and said that the Fever fan base was racist.
I mean, we can't control
Yeah, I
what
don't
someone
control
else says. Like, for the more
I think that for us, we err on the side of professionalism in a lot of different ways, and we can only control what's in our organization, within our people. And that, I mean, me personally, we don't condone those kind of things. No, no matter what color you are or whatever you carry or possess. I think for us, we focus on the basketball part. And I think that she may have had an experience that we may or may not know on her own. But I don't think that, that should be labeled on us 12 or our, who we try to represent for ourselves. And so, I respect her comment and what she has to say, but I don't think it has anything to do with us,
Yeah, and also to piggyback on that, like, we don't condone any of those things.
At
Like,
all, at all.
for the more you know, eyes been on us since C got drafted. So for us, our ears been blocked out longer than most people, if that make any sense. So, like I've said a comment before, like, it's a lot of things that try to come in this building and to pull us apart that we just didn't let. However, we probably got it too. We just don't care about it because what's important is this organization and us winning games, and that's what we did. So, but for the most part, we don't condone that. I don't care about it because
Same.
there's a fan who probably sitting on the couch doing nothing, so I don't care.
We'll go Scott, then we'll go Matt in the room.
To either one of you, coming out of the pressure cooker that's been this whole season, more like on the basketball court, the sellout arenas, the attention, additional media, having come out of that, what stands out to you about that experience and the elevated attention received by everyone?
I think for me, what's most glaring is, for one, the amount of eyes that was gained through this process, for seeing us play and seeing us represent what is the game. And then on the flip side, I think it was an open eye for what 2024 was like, being in this world and being an athlete. And, I applaud these young players like your Angel, your C-Squares, because it's an experience. And I think that you really have to prepare yourself mentally. You have to be okay with who you are. And, you have to have a sense of thick skin in this process. I applaud those young ladies because it was an experience for me. I just say that.
Got Matt, then we'll go on Zoom for 2.
Yeah, hi, Erica. Last year, more starting minutes. This year, more of an important bench role and bringing the energy every single game. What do you envision for your future in this league, and is there going to be an intent to come back here as this is your home?
I don't know. This for the first time in my career, I really don't know. I really just want to spend time with my family. I think we all need a break. I'm gonna probably get off social media for a bit and just really spend time with my family because, like Kelsey said, it was a lot. Like, with the eyes, like, you gotta have thick skin, and I must say my thick skin was tested a lot. But
Same.
but I think for the most part we was very professional, and then I think once we flipped our mind and made it about us, nothing else really mattered. So for me right now it's about my family and just spending time with my family because I'm also going overseas to play in Turkey. I'll probably assign today. By the end of the day.
Are you?
By the end of the day, I don't know. I gotta sign it. I don't know. I might change my mind. Who knows? Things happen.
makes two of us.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So really, right now, it's just about my family. I'm not thinking about free agency. So many people are asking me about it. Like, I don't really care right now. I'm a very present person, and my next present thing is to kind of just be with my family, and then also checking on my teammates from time to time, even though I need a break from them too.
Not for me.
We got 2 on Zoom. We'll finish up. Jennifer, then Howard. Jennifer, go ahead.
Jennifer Porty from Let's Talk Women in Basketball. What are your personal goals for next season, and what was your most memorable moment this season?
I would say my most memorable moment was my first time seeing the amount of fans. I don't know if it was like this is crazy moment, but like I had my jaw dropped, and I think we were playing New York. It was playing New York.
Yeah.
It was an ESPN game. I'd never seen that many people in the field house in my life. So I would say that was my most memorable moment because that was an early New York game.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful experience for me because I've literally been here for 7 years, and that amount of people in that arena was crazy. So, but I think the personal goals is figure out how I can be better as a player, figure out what I need to do to help a team, whatever team that is, and then from there, be the best I can be.
I think for me, my memorable moment is when I threw the drop pass back to C, and the arena just went crazy for the first time. Like, I played UConn when I was in college, and it was a crazy experience playing in UConn. But that was probably the best. In that moment, I was just like, yo, we about to get this every night. This is crazy. And but that just goes to show you what the women game is doing. It's just growing, and the world is watching. And for me, my personal goals for next year, always want to be better. Always trying to. I have a bunch of people that my mentors, trying to be better, a better leader. For the more look good all the time, I'm not always the best leader, and I get checked by my teammates a lot. So just trying to figure out ways to be better as a leader. And on the basketball side, we gonna stay in the gym regardless. Like that's a no-brainer.
Howard, last one.
Kelsey, Erica, congratulations to you both on the seasons that you've had. Erica, this one's for you. I know you've talked about being a mentor for Caitlin. I wonder how much Coach Stringer has played a part in the way you think about how you've approached that, and if you have a particular moment you remember where you said something that ultimately you knew it, like it could have come out of Coach Stringer's mouth.
Most definitely, Vivian has a big part in that. She preached sisterhood, and I think for me, just reaching out first. I think that's the first thing that came to my mind because Vivian is a very direct person. She doesn't leave anything off the table, and if you want to get ahead of something to make someone feel like your sister without knowing them, you reach out first. So I think that moment was definitely one of those moments that Vivian would definitely be proud of because a lot of people thought I was crazy for doing it, but I think it ultimately helped me and see in our team and for our transition to be super smooth, and that's why I can yell at C and she responds to me and, not give me much attitude here and there, though.